this kit is chef's kiss. Oh my god. We have coming up next is the unveiling of our next project here on Fly with Friends. So we have opened up our box. Let's go dig in. What that box looks like, very well packaged. Lots of foam, lots of bubble wrap, and the fact that everything is already packaged in wing bags and body bags makes it really well protected throughout the journey. So let's get back to the rest of the stuff. Look at that. That is pretty amazing. So this is one of the vertical stabs, and as you can tell from the logo, that is the CARF SU30. You can see the weathering, the detail, all of this. The weathering is amazing. The craftsmanship is, oh my goodness, second to none. And this piece feels pretty lightweight. Looks like we've got our hinge securing pin right there. Very happy with the way this looks. Second, we have our second vertical stab. Same story here. The decals look like they need to be stuck better, but it's not a problem. Some trimming needed. But otherwise, look at the weathering on this. That is very impressive. Looks pretty good. Look at that. They even simulated the sort of wear that you would get, or the grease marks from oil that would be supporting the hinges. So very, very impressive. Next up is the wing. Oh, oh yes, look at that. What the weathering on this is amazing. The finish is matte finish. We've got leading edge slats, but I think we're gonna glue those in. Probably not gonna use those. But look at this. I mean, the detail on this. See if I can bring that up close to the weathering. Look at that. Just very clean. Doesn't look like there was any damage sustained on any of this. Just very happy so far with what I'm seeing with the quality of the kit. And we have our tanks. Everything is just packaged so well. So you can notice that there's a bunch of bubble wrap here, bunch of bubble wrap towards the end. It's just really cushioning this well. So, oh wow, look at that. That looks really pristine. We'll obviously have to leak check everything, but from what I can see here, that looks very nice. Fittings already installed. The screw-in fittings, vent fittings, and I showed you the package earlier, which is with the rest of the stuff. So, very exciting! Here's the second tank. We're not gonna open that. Fuel package. So basically UATs. I don't know if I'll use those, but UAT mounts and really good push fitting clunk and fuel hardware. So that's exciting. Let's set that aside and move on. We have the stabilators. So these are the elevators, but in this case, because they move also with aileron, they are stabilators. Very lightweight. Looks like everything is in good shape. I love the weathering on this. It's very well done, not too much, not too little, and the part feels solid, but very, very much so lightweight. So looks like that's where the horns, the servo horn's gonna go. Look at how beefy that is. It's definitely not going anywhere, and the structure in there is equally amazing. So you can kind of see it's just a big chunk of wood and fiberglass. So very excited, very exciting. Second stabilator. Nothing unusual here. Looks pretty good. Can't see any faults at all. Oh, these are the covers for the stabilators. So the control horn will, get hidden in there, and that'll sit on the stabilator. So that's good. Those two look to be pretty much intact, and they're labeled. You can see there's an L and an R on there. Thank you for making this easy. I think these are the ventral fins, maybe. They look like they are in pretty good shape. So no complaints here from me. It's fantastic. There's a stinger, and the packaging again is amazing. So here we go. See if we can get this guy to come out. There's our stinger. This is where the parachute would get housed, I believe. It's pretty empty in there. I don't know if I'll add one. I'm trying to build this very lightweight and weight conscious, but look at that. Again, the weathering on this. The weathering job is amazing. So that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at what this is. Looks like pipe related stuff. Looks like a bell mouth yep, that's what it is. We have a bell mouth, and that's carbon fiber bell mouth. That's pretty cool looking. We're gonna leave that in the packaging. And it's not that exciting, but it is good looking stuff. So, second bell mouth, we're not gonna open that. Okay, so in here we have some, looks like push pins, probably for securing something, a canopy or flap or something. But no need to open those just yet. That's the boring stuff. What's in here? Let's take a look. Yep, these are our rails. So they appear to be in very good condition. It's impressive how lightweight this stuff is. I mean, I'm holding this and it's like paper. It's like nothing. So they all look to be in very good shape. And look at that. They didn't skimp on the weathering. It's applied even on parts that I guess I wouldn't have expected. But just look at that. Like, even that one's a little worn, but this one's new. The symmetry is really well done. I'm impressed. Look at the size of that nose cone. Dude, it is almost as big as my entire arm. So let's take a look at that. It looks pretty clean. No damage at all. It's perfect. Craftsmanship. Look at that. Man, this is clean. This is just, it's clean. That's all I can say. Mounting screws right there. Yeah. Very clean. Yep. So here are all the looks like 3D printed parts. We've got our pitot tubes, our rims, our antennas, probes, lens covers for, I'm assuming, some type of lights. Excellent, fantastic. All right, not quite the air brake. I'm sure that's some sort of part that I will figure out what it's for. Probably looks like it goes under the air brake. I don't know. So I'm not currently sure what that is, but I'm sure we'll figure it all out. Here we have our glass. Looks like the glass that goes on the canopy. I'm not gonna take that out, but it looks like it's in good shape. So we're just gonna leave it as is until we get to that build step in the build process. There she is in all her glory. Let's start from the rear end. So in here we have our pipes. They're both installed in there. This is where the stinger goes. And just look at that weathering finish and that burnt tailpipe look. It just, oh, it's amazing. That's all I can say. The weathering is very well done, as we've come to expect from the rest of the kit. It's amazing, that metallic look. The contrast is just beautiful. So we come to the front here. This is, I believe, the flare. We're gonna have to do something with that. Internals look pretty good. Fuselage looks amazing. Very well done. The washed out, I absolutely love this washed out look that they have. It just makes the jet feel used, you know, that's the whole point. Decals over here, intakes, gear door. So far it looks all good. Gear doors feel nice and tight, so that's good. And then we've got that burnt exhaust again. That's just the money right there. Looks really good. So I think what I'm gonna do is do a quick assembly of the jet so we can see it all together in one piece and show you what she looks like. There she is, all of her glory. There is the CARF SU30 Venezuelan scheme that we will be building right here, Fly with Frank. So please stay tuned. This is gonna be one hell of a journey.